Good afternoon, Missio Day. It's great to be with you again for another week's 3 things that you should know about life in our church. And the first one is actually get to this idea of gathering and when are we going to be back together. I said a second ago, it's good to be with you. I wish that I was with you in the same physical space. But as this season continues to play out, there's a lot of stuff developing. If you've been following the news lately, you'll notice that today, actually, El Paso County had voted to approve a variance for churches to begin gathering in their physical buildings. So that's great for a lot of churches in town that are able to start meeting together here in the next few weeks. It still needs to be approved by the state, so pray about that process as that all goes through the system. Unfortunately for us, though, as you well know, not having our own building, this doesn't have a direct impact on us, other than it might be something that the school district would use to signal that it'd be okay for us to start renting their building again. We've been in communication with the school, but no word yet as far as when they will allow us back in the building. But this is a step in the right direction. So please continue to pray that we would be able to gather together physically soon and safely, that God would open the doors for both of those things to happen and be with all the decision makers at the school district and at the state level. The next thing I want to talk to you about is our survey. So last week we sent out a survey of how to best go about gathering. And it was just us as the elders trying to gather some information about what people's feelings were towards what kind of precautions would be needed when we started to gather physically. So if you haven't yet taken that survey, I would love for you to do that. We would love to hear from you. Your feedback is super important when it comes to us putting together a plan for how to best meet in person in a way that will help love and care for everyone in our church. So the link to that survey will be attached below this video. The last thing I want to talk about is the book of 1 John. So like I said a second ago, during this season, it's really important that we love one another. And the epistle of 1 John is one of the clearest places in the New Testament that we see this beautiful theology of love played out. And so 1 John has 5 chapters in it. And what we would like to encourage everyone in our church to do is over the month of June, every single week in June, spend 1 day a week reading a chapter from the book of 1 John every week. And so there's 5 chapters. It gives you a few breathing days in there to catch up. We don't want this to replace whatever reading plan you were doing or whatever your other time when the word was. But we just think it'd be really helpful if as a church we were all knowing that together we are drinking in this wonderful content from 1 John about how we love God and how we love each other. That's a key book for us as a church that wants to experience the love of Jesus through the love of his people. And so we think that if over the 4 weeks of June, if we all read through the epistle of 1 John 4 different times, that'd be a good thing for us as the people of Missio Day to be reminded of how important it is for us to love one another as a way of deepening our love and affection for Jesus. So quick recap, things are moving ahead with the state reopening. Pray that we would be able to gather soon. It's up to the state approving the variance for El Paso County and the school district allowing us in the building. So pray about both of those things. If you haven't yet taken the survey, please do so. The link is attached. And then beginning June 1st, let's read through the book of 1 John 4 different times as a church in the month of June. So a chapter a day. It doesn't take a big time commitment, but we pray it would pay big dividends for our church and the culture and how we love one another during this really difficult time where there's so many different things to be upset about or tense over or disagree about. This could be a really good thing for us. So love you guys and can't wait to see you hopefully soon.